don't have to close that. Well, it is set for mature, just in case anybody's watching. If you hear my husband cussing up a storm out there, it's because he's working on something for Second Life. And that's gonna be that. If you hear him cussing, that's why. Anyway, welcome guys. I'm going to be doing diamond painting. And it's a new hobby that I'm doing, and it's going to be fun. So, look. Anyway, I gotta turn my light back on. Hi, viewer. Okay, that's better. We are working on X. QRX. You guys need to see just how tiny these beads are. Here. That is a bead. That's the size. And yes, I have lost them before. It's really fun when your entire tray of beads dips over and goes all over the floor. Luckily, my husband is very, very well sighted and can find them for me. I would not be able to. So, when I'm doing this, I've got 34 different colored beads that I'm working with on this canvas alone. So, I've gone through and I've taken all of the beads out of the little plastic baggies that they come in and put them in Ziploc baggies, and I've taken a card, a index card, and wrote the DMC number, which coincides with cross-stitch colors for your thread, and the symbol that it uses on my canvas. And over here you got this little number key right here, and it gives you a code, tells me what symbol means what number, and that's how I kind of figured that out. And then, yeah, you just kind of, it's like color by number. You pick up your bead, and you put it down on whatever number you're using, or whatever color you're looking for coincides with the symbol. So, it's kind of like adult coloring and cross-stitch and paint by number all in one. And canvas I'm working on is the Japanese Garden. You can get this in cross stitch, you can get it in needlepoint, you can get it in paint by diamond, you can get it in a coloring book. This is a generic picture all over the internet. I got it on Amazon. So yeah. Figured since I'm here doing this, and I've been doing it for a few hours now, as you can tell, wherever this white paper is where I have actually finished. And I still have yards and yards and yards to go. So, I'm doing this as a friend's birthday present. He doesn't know about it yet, so yay, surprises. And in my mind, giving something that you've worked on, put your blood, sweat, and tears into, and hopefully I do not have to cry about this and have all of the beads I need to do it, is better to give a gift that you've done your blood, sweat, and tears into than a monetary gift that you spent whatever amount, 500, whatever amount of dollars. So, yeah. And since this is YouTube, I am not going to be putting on any music. If I was streaming on Twitch, I probably would, but it's not Twitch, it's YouTube. So we get to sit in silence while I diamond paint. I could probably look up one of those tag things, questionnaires, and do it while I go, but I'm wondering if that would slow me down even harder than I'm already slowed down. Is that all the accents that I need? No, that's covered stuff. This canvas is covered by a plastic, here, it's like saran wrap. That's why you can't see it. Most of the time you get one, they're covered in parchment paper, which is why I have parchment paper out. I was thinking of just taking all of the saran wrap off and putting my own parchment paper down, but I worry it's going to take the sticky off the canvas or ruin the canvas, and I don't feel like wasting this gorgeous piece of hobby art just because I want to be able to see how far I've gone. So I figured, why not just put the parchment paper on the stuff that you've done? Worked pretty good. Plus I can cut it up and make it look whatever, and just take off the plastic as I go, and it gives me neat little workable sections as I go. It's not even neat workable sections, as you can obviously tell by my patchwork job of my parchment paper, but beggars can't be choosers. Next color I'm seeing is the letter K. That's my symbol, so H-I-J-K. And that's color number 3832. Woo! I hate doing that. It makes me think I just lost a whole bunch of beads, but I didn't. I'm calling them beads. They're not technically beads. The companies call them drills because they're little resin pieces of plastic. To me, they look like half a bead. Some of these symbols I don't have very many of, and I wonder if it's really worth filling my tray just to throw them on the canvas here. Over here you can see how messed up the plastic come off, because it's not sticky there, but it was sticky right here for this draw. It's not sticky here. Going all the way up, we've got an even line, except for right there. I have one random bead in the middle of nowhere. I don't know. I don't think I would ever order from this company again, because there's billions of companies that do these diamond paintings. Oh, I didn't slip that back too tight, did I? Anyway, like hundreds and hundreds of companies do these diamond paintings. People can get them on Amazon, on Wish, AliExpress, diamond painting, Diamond Art Club, Dye Moon, DIY Moon, does a whole bunch of them. Some of them get kind of pricey though. I think this one was 20 some odd dollars just for the, it comes with like the standard kit, which has this boat, this pen, some pink wax, which I stashed away. And it comes with little baggies that you could put your drills in. And then it comes with the drills, of course, on the canvas. The pink wax, you're supposed to be able to stick up in your pan, like you take it and you just dip your pin into the wax. And it fills your little reservoir up there, so you can use it to pick up the beads. But with all of my research I've done, and of course I've done a crud ton of research, it's not that good, depending on how you are. Some people really like using just the pink wax. I decided to do blue tack, and oddly enough we ordered blue tack, and I didn't know that they come in a pack of 2 that size blue tack, and I'm never going to finish using this blue tack, because now I've got 4 containers, and it's good till 2023. So, yeah, I'm probably not going to run out of sticky anytime soon. Are you chuckling at me, Heavy?
Yes, as well as the meme that I found.
Oh. Cole, you don't have to stop watching your video.
Cole's not even in here.
Well, where'd he go? Okay, well tell him he doesn't have to stop watching his video. You guys don't have to be quiet just because I'm streaming. I'm the only one watching myself right now. I'm just doing it for the video. It's easier just to do a live stream and put it on my channel, like my gaming streams, than it is to try and record and all that fun jazz. I guess while I do this, I could talk about my gaming stuff that I do. Let's see. Recently, I've been doing a lot more World of Warcraft. And that's probably because Battle for Azeroth came out. And that launched on my birthday. Yay me. And no, I am not sponsored by Mountain Dew. I just opened one so I could drink it. And I probably shouldn't be drinking it. Don't go into all of the, it's bad for your health and all this stuff. I know. Anyway. I am still waiting for comments about that. I know they're going to show up in my comment feed anyway. Battle for Azeroth came out on my birthday, which was kinda awesome. Came out on August 13th. That's the newest expansion for World of Warcraft. It goes really deep into how the Horde and the Alliance really are finally getting in deeper into the war. That's been going on for, 100 some odd years? I have no idea. I didn't really pay attention to that much of the lore, even though I read books about it all the time. So, let's, this is after Garrosh. This is after Vol'jin, the Troll, War Chief. Now we've got Sylvanas as the War Chief. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Sylvanas is the War Chief. And Sylvanas is what? The Banshee Queen. She takes all life and does not really care. She has no love for the living. And she's told us this hundreds of times. So I'm thinking, why the heck would you take Sylvanas, Windrunner, and go, okay, here, you've got complete control of the Horde. Do as you wish. She's not being reined in by anyone, because nobody is above the War Chief, right? She's the War Chief and the Banshee Queen, so she's Queen of the Forsaken, and now War Chief of the Horde. Which brings us to the next problem. During Legion, we, as the Alliance, which I usually normally always play Alliance, even though I'm bi-faction, which sounds kind of sexual, but it's not. I play both a Horde server and an Alliance server. I've got tunes from the Horde faction on one server and Alliance on the other. So we've got realms. I'm bi-faction. They don't commingle. They're not on the same realm. They have nothing to do with each other. It's pretty interesting. Anyway, so my main on my Horde is, of course, a Forsaken, because they are the prettiest characters on the Horde. And I do mean prettiest, and I am talking blood elves are not that pretty to me. Especially with the males being so frou-frou. I'm not saying anything wrong with somebody being frou-frou, being a male blood elf, and you're right, do whatever you want. You like it? Go. Good. Great. Not my cup of tea. Anyway. Off on that tangent I went. Jeez. Okay. Okay, so now we have Sylvanas, War Chief of the Horde, and she's thinking, I want to expand. She's gone back to the ways of Garrosh, who said, this is our continent, we fought, we have survived in the desert, we've toiled too long, and our hardships should end, we don't deserve this. The Alliance is just pushing on us and using us, and we're basically scum to them, but Garrosh wants to think his people deserve better. And of course, I, as a Pie faction, do think that the Horde deserved a little bit better than what they were going for. But Night Elves have been around for millennia. And Kalimdor was the Night Elves before it was the Orcs. The Orcs didn't show up until Burning Legion. And then they just kind of came to our planet because our planet was dead. Like, okay, let's just push our way into this new place and take over their place. Of course, haha, American history, the white settlers came over and took over the Native Americans' land. Kind of fitting that this is happening in a video game, right? Anyway, so then we go on to think Garrosh had something to do with changing Sylvanas' mind and convincing her maybe this isn't so bad, even though during Warlords of Draenor she said, War Chief Garrosh, if we go against the Alliance, we're the only race, me and the Blood Elves, our races are the only ones over on the Eastern Kingdoms side where the Alliance are all on this one continent. It's just me, my people, and the Blood Elves. If they turn, the Alliance turns, which has not only the humans, the Draenei, the Gnomes, the Dwarf, the Night Elf, all of these people are all on the side of the Alliance. They're all over, except for the Night Elves, are over on the other continent where my people are. They could turn around and take retribution for your actions on this continent and use it on my people and, of course, the Blood Elves. She's trying to get mercy from the leader of the Blood Elves. He don't really care. He's all in it for his own people and for himself, basically. Mostly for himself. And she goes, they'll turn around and they'll hurt my people over your people because you're so far away. We're going to be the first ones to get any gruff from them, right? Okay, so fast forward, Garrosh is no longer a war chief, and I just put that down on the wrong spot. Garrosh is no longer war chief. Vol'jin died. Hi, Cole. What? Anyway, forgot what I was saying.
My bad.
Okay, Vol'jin's no longer there. Vol'jin, passed. Spoiler alert. How about this? Through the whole freaking live stream, I'm going to be talking about this. This is all spoiler alerts. If you play World of Warcraft and you haven't gotten to Battle for Azeroth and you're not caught up, click away. Continuing on. Vol'jin had a vision upon his dying hour that Sylvanas should be leader of the Horde. Everybody in the Horde goes, wait, what? Are you stupid? And of course, they're not gonna say anything because he's the war chief. He's in charge. Even though he's dying, he's still alive. He's still the war chief. It's his right to choose the successor. He looks at Sylvanas. Ta-da! Sylvanas, war chief. Fast forward several months, according to the lore. And we're looking at the Alliance, which is broken by the Legion, suffering from the loss of our king, Varian. And the young king, who was already king before when he was a child, has grown up. He was no longer king when his father returned to the Alliance, got his memory back, became the same person that he was before, figured out he's king of the Alliance, he's back. Okay, fast forward to now, Varian is dead. The leader of the Alliance is Anduin, who grew up watching his father very hot-headed, very stubborn throughout all these years. Anduin has always wanted peace with the Horde. We can live together. We can survive together. There's plenty of room on this earth for all of us. They're just people too. Yada yada yada. Well, after Sylvanas goes in and torches Tildrissel, which is the night elf, I'm probably completely butchering the name, Darnassus, which is the night elf's starting zone, their home, that is their place. That is their major city. It's where you come from when you're a night elf. Or a worgen, you end up there. That's where you were as a worgen after you leave Gilneas. That's the word. Anyway, she goes and she burns it. She wants the night elves gone. She wants to continue her trek across the eastern kingdoms in Kalimdor. She wants to take this space that was the night elves for her people. Because, hey, the Alliance has this whole other continent. This is just me and, the Blood Elves. We need to expand. We've got more people. Garrosh has started us on this path, and I'm not going to let it stop. We need to continue. Excuse me. Anyway. Now, she burned Tildrissel to the ground. And of course, she was talking to Garrosh about, this is going to tick off the Alliance, and they're going to come get us. Well, okay. So burning down the freaking Night Elf homeland, their home tree, isn't going to bring the Alliance down on you? Yeah, let's think about that. Anyway. So now the Alliance is seeking retribution. And we go to Lordaeron, which is the Undercity. It was Lordaeron before it became the Undercity. And this is Sylvanas' kingdom. This is where she reigns, where she's reigned for several years as the Banshee Queen and Queen of the Forsaken. And we confront Sylvanas. We fight our way into the Undercity, into the throne room of Lordaeron. And upon the throne sits Sylvanas, and she's looking at the young king and says, "My, you've grown. Your father would be so proud." And she's trying to get under Anduin's skin. And I'm really glad that during the story, Anduin has really grown up. He's still not my favorite king. Not my choice, but we don't get to hold elections in World of Warcraft. He says, Greymane is there with him, and he's getting kind of hot-headed, because, spoiler alert, species test, he's a worgen, he's supposed to get hot-headed, it's just stereotypical. And Anduin says, "Silence, only one of us wanted this war, Sylvanas." And Sylvanas kind of chuckles and goes, "Oh, your people have basically suppressed my people. You didn't want us in the Alliance, even though we are human. We were human before death." Which is ironic, because wouldn't you think as an undead you could come back as any of the races, just be dead together? No, I don't know. You only see human undead. You don't see an undead troll. You don't see an undead orc. You only see undead humans. Which is kind of funny in my opinion. But yada yada, we didn't want this war, he says, and Sylvanas says, "Well, tough. biscuits, you're getting it anyway, because I want to. I'm in charge now. And then she sabotages, and all hell breaks loose in Mordor. Fast forward now, we're with Jaina Proudmoore. After Theramorn's bombing, everybody's been calling her the Lich Queen, basically, because she's changed so drastically. She used to be for peace with the Horde. We don't need to fight, yada yada, Anduin. That's basically how Anduin grew up, was listening to Aunt Jaina, which is not really his aunt, say, you don't need to fight, we can work together, something can be figured out, there's always an answer. Now she's seen Garrosh and the Horde destroy her home. And not only that, before all of this, when she was standing with the orcs in Warcraft 3, little history lesson, her father comes and says, no, they're orcs. They're bad, because this is back when the orcs were all being held in slave camps and being used, basically held kind of like an internment camp. She says, no, father, they're not like that. They can change. She's standing there with Thrall. She's just now learning about Thrall. This is before their big friendship. And she says, I cannot stand with you, father, because he decides he's going to take his men from Kal Tiras, his place, where he is the leader. He's the admiral. And he says, well, we're going to take our navy fleet, and we are going to defeat the orcs. They're bad. And so Jaina looks at him and goes, father, I can't stand with you. I cannot fight these people with you. They're not like that. They're innocent. They're here to help us with the Legion, and we need to fight together. Well, Daddy don't listen. Fast forward a little while later, the Horde kills her father. And Kal Tiras doesn't know all that's been going on or anything, because they're off in La La Land in a whole new section, a place, a whole different type of people. They don't really understand what's going on. They just see that Jaina betrayed her father and got him killed. Their leader, their Lord Admiral, is dead because of his daughter. And now that we are in such desperate straits as the Alliance and fighting against the Horde, we need new allies, because the Horde is going out and making new allies. Which is the Xandernali, I can't pronounce that, the Trolls. Which aren't the Trolls that are already in the Alliance. This is another section. They're not the Darkspear Trolls, they're another section. And they have to go and make up and understand, bring them into the fold. So now we're thinking, okay, we need to go bring the Kal Tirans in, so we've got an even number, we need a new people with us. And Jaina goes, okay, I'll go. Because that's her mother, which is now the leader of the Kal Tirans. And she says, I'll go and I'll speak to my mother. Well, let's just say when she walks up, all hell breaks loose. Everybody's calling for her head. She's a murderer. She's a traitor. Because she basically got her father killed, and she wouldn't stand with him, protect him, and help fight the Horde. And her mother kind of, in her grief, goes, you're not my daughter. You never should have come back. You're not my daughter. You've gotten my love killed, and you betrayed your people. And they throw her in jail for treason. So now, through the Alliance campaign, you have to go through and bring everybody of Kal Tiras together. Because you've got Dustvar and all the other places of Kal Tiras on their continent are all broken apart. Something has taken a turn for the worse, and these people are all in dire straits. People of Dustvar have been haunted by witches. Trigon Sound is losing the Navy, which Calderas is all Navy people. They're all sailors. They all believe in the ocean. They're all part of the sea. And they all sound very British, which is what they're going for. British sailors. Because they sit there and they ask you if you want a cuppa, which is a cup of tea. Doesn't make much sense why they are all sounding like that, but besides the point. So now you have to go through and be the Alliance emissary and talk to all these people and figure out their problems and solve all their problems. It's like One Small Favor and RuneScape. It just drags on and on and on. Looking for the symbol. I can't remember what number it is. 975. This one. So, you go from level 110 that you got in Legion to 120 that you're doing in Battle for Azeroth. And you gotta level through all these areas and unlock the story to save Jaina. And so far, that's where I'm at right now. I'm a level 118 hunter on my main, and my druid is level 115? Yeah, I'm pretty sure 115. Because I'm leveling my druid alongside my boyfriend and my best friend. She's a priest, and he's a paladin. And my husband, who is a hunter. So my druid is, you know, DPS, spare healer. Spare tank if necessary. So we've got our tank, a healer, and a DPS. And we're running around in the world. And so far we're kind of at a standstill because my best friend has a job, unlike me. My boyfriend has a job, unlike me. And it takes him away for days on end. Excuse me. He didn't want me playing ahead and figuring all this out without him, and I'm like, I am not going to be able to just sit here on my hands and not play this game. And then he bought me this. Sneaky little poop. I'm on to him. Anyway. Yeah. Now we're caught up. I've been playing Vampyr on the PlayStation 4. We got the new Tomb Raider on the Xbox One. I have started Detroit Become Human, my own playthrough. I was playing with my boyfriend. We were, doing it together side by side. We would decide what to do together. And that is a deep game. It is awesome. If you don't know anything about it, I recommend finding a playthrough. Apparently Jacksepticeye has been doing it. And don't ask me how I figured out his name. My best friend took me on a thing to Denver, because I'm in Colorado, to meet Jacksepticeye or to watch him perform on stage and talk about his journey. And before that, I had no idea who the heck this person was. That's how oblivious I am. I usually only watch coloring videos on YouTube. Coloring videos and Victorian documentaries. And now diamond painting videos. Catching up. Oh, my dog Pumpkin, he's our Chihuahua. We have a Chihuahua Terrier and a purebred Chihuahua, which is Pumpkin. He has pulled or dislocated his leg out of his socket of his knee. It's really not supporting him very well. We did take him to the vet. He's not in any pain. They said that they could go in and do surgery and extend his socket, which would pop him back into place, but it's not very likely to stay that way. Or they could amputate the leg. They don't recommend amputating his leg because right now it don't seem to be bothering him that much. He just kind of walks a little funny. And I don't want to watch that poor dog who's already gone through so much stuff before he was even our dog go through the pain of trying to heal after losing his leg and figure out how to walk without it. And at least right now he can put a little bit of weight on it and it can support him when he's standing still. So we're going to leave it at that. We do have pain meds for him if he needs it. We are monitoring that. He hasn't whined once about it. No crying, no nothing. Which is kind of remarkable. This dog screams bloody murder like you're standing on a balloon letting all the air out every time my mother walks out of the house. So he's got a set of pipes on him. If he wanted to whine and cry, he would whine and cry. Further updates on our life. Our roommate, who shall not be named, is no longer our roommate. A whole bunch of drama hit that fan. And all that crap hit the walls pretty hard after it hit the fan. He's not in our life anymore. I have a restraining order on him if that's what you want to know how much drama happened. My boyfriend is now living with us. And we are still living with my mother. And we are all very happy, actually. Everything is well taken care of. All the animals are doing well. The house is doing well. He's actually adding new outlets and electricity and basically making our life a lot easier and being a spendaholic. He bought me a 4K TV, a new laptop, and gave me a PlayStation of all things. And that confused the heck out of me. I'm not one of those people that's used to people spending that much money on them. And I kept telling him not to, but does he listen? No, men don't listen to me, and they should. Well, one man listens to me, and I'm very happy that he does. And he's sitting out in the living room right now, and that was his little peanut gallery chime there. He's playing, well, he's not playing, he's working on Second Life. He plays the game, but right now he's working on it. He's building a transformer. What one are you playing? Working on, baby? Shockwave. So if you play Second Life and you need to know anything about that, you can contact him. Centris Darmstadt in-game. He has a store. All of his stuff's up on the online stores. He's got his own shop. It's pretty neat. I completed the section I was working on. I actually completed both these sections and this section today. I did not know I was doing that well. I'm debating if I should continue on because it's 10:30 here, or if I should stop and go to sleep. Because I did take my meds. But I don't feel tired. Don't you hate that? Okay. We are going to... I think I'm going to continue on and see where it goes, but I think I need to refill my pen. And I have realized I've had no viewers for this whole thing, so I've been talking to myself. And apparently I'm quite okay with talking to myself, because I'm just going to pretend I'm talking to somebody through the TV. And the camera is somebody to me, so, haha, I'm not crazy, I promise. Well, I might be, but don't take my word for it. I don't know what else to say. Maybe I should, not throw my pen on the floor.
He's on the ARK side. He's looking up again. Nice. Give me.
Achievement. Pick that up with my toes. Now if I can just get back in my seat without falling on my face. Wait. I think I should address the elephant in the room. Noticing that I'm saying boyfriend and husband. There are two different people. Judge all you want. Don't care. Happy. They're happy. We're happy. Everything's good. Our life does not revolve around your opinions. Not to sound rude or mean or ugly. What are you doing, Cole?
I died.
You died. So you decided to come sit in here. Would you type in my PIN number? Hit the spacebar and type in 2066. Hold on. Thank you. My computer was doing updates and I walked away because it was taking like an hour and a half to download drivers.
Man, you're getting pretty far on that.
I still have all of this to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to give it to Moses as a birthday present.
Right on.
His birthday is on the 23rd. So I told him it's going to be late. This is not going to be done by the 23rd.
Yeah.
I could just show you the length of this. Even though I'm in portrait view, you probably won't notice. There's the end and the key to it. And it's this long. I still have a crud ton more to go. I'm only to here. Basically, I still have on to do. And I'm kind of curious as to why I didn't start in the top right and work down. Don't ask me, I do everything A backwards. But it's starting to look pretty good. You know, you can see the diamonds. It is starting to look pretty good. It looks better from a distance. The most attention you're ever going to get on diamond painting is your own, because you're face first with your nose against the canvas, and you can notice every little problem. But if you look at these from a distance, you don't notice that. It just looks like a sparkly, kind of 3D affected picture. And yeah, there's thousands of beads I will be putting on this canvas. Thousands. Anyway, I'm gonna stop streaming because I showed off my diamond painting. Maybe before I stop streaming I should tell you why I picked it up, where I picked it up at. Yeah. I was scrolling through Facebook one day and I found an advertisement for a company on Facebook. They said, try diamond painting free. I was like, what the heck is diamond painting? So, of course, I went in and I YouTubed it and I Googled it and I YouTubed it some more. And I got very distracted and went down the rabbit hole of YouTube that is diamond painting related. There are some awesome channels that are just diamond painting. And they've got hundreds of diamond paintings. And I am over here in little old me with one that I'm not even partially finished with. Of course, I just got it Monday? Not this Monday, but last Monday, I'm pretty sure. All my days mixed together, you guys know that. With my chronic illnesses and not leaving the house very often because of my agoraphobia. And yes, I do have agoraphobia. I am diagnosed agoraphobic. I don't get out very much, so all of my days run together. When you don't have a job, and you don't have a reason to leave the house, there's really no reason to keep track of days and time, except to take your meds. What?
I wanted to hear the one quote that I had Shockwave programmed with, and he refuses to say it. It's either let us try this again, or clarity of thought but more rashness of action. He refuses to say, I'll dissect you slowly. It's a loop. It's horrible.
Centris is working on a transformer, and he's trying to get it to say
There, he said it.
say a line from the cartoon.
Actually, it's from Transformers Devastation.
Okay, from the game.
Yeah.
He's trying to get it to say a line from the Transformers Devastation game, and it would not say it for him. It was on auto loop repeat, and it wasn't saying the line he wanted to say. It would say everything else he has it programmed to say, and that's what I was just talking to him about. If you couldn't hear him in the background, because he's in the living room now. He's no longer in the bedroom with me and my gaming sections. I've basically kicked everybody out of this room except for the animals and taken over. I share the room with the guinea pigs and the cats, and sometimes Tombstone when he's home. And of course I'm going to go by gaming names, so no name drops, no scandalous, oh my god, she's dating him and they're doing what? Because it's none of your business what our real names are. The only reason I say Cole is because that's his gaming name, Cole DM. I'm not going to run around and call him Cole DM all the time. I'm not going to call him DM. Because that could lead to a whole bunch of confusion. That's just Cole. Yeah. So now I've caught up to you on what diamond painting is and where I picked it up at. I got an ad. I googled it. I YouTubed it. It's pretty interesting. I'm thinking I'm going to continue on with diamond painting after this one. I have gotten the itch and the bug, and I've got an entire Amazon wish list of just diamond paintings. It's pretty neat. And not that costly for all of the stuff that you think it would be costly for. Some of them, if you get a custom, like a 60 by 60, they get pretty expensive. This one's 57 by 45 centimeters. If you get a 60 by 60 custom, they can get really expensive because they take your picture, they put it through the computer, it gives you all of the little symbols on the canvas, they put it on the canvas for you, and they ship it out to you with all the beads. They supply you with the beads, the canvas, and everything. You supply them with the picture. That can get pretty expensive. I'm not going to do that. I have no need to do that. I do have 2 more diamond paintings coming in the mail. One is kind of risque. Tombstone says she's naked. I don't believe she's naked. I think it's a tasteful picture. He doesn't believe so. Doesn't really matter because I'm not going to put it on YouTube. It's not worth going through that and being flagged for immodesty and all that stuff. The other one that's coming is Sylvanas. And of course, I just went over all of the stuff that's going on with Sylvanas right now. It's a gorgeous picture. And I just hope we got it in the right size that all of the details come out. Because, is it Abstract Crafter? The YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure she got a Sylvanas picture and it did not turn out the way she wanted to. The details were not showing up. She didn't, the company didn't send it in the right size. They didn't tell her, hey, maybe you need this in a bigger size to see all of the details in the picture. So she ordered another one and she got it in a bigger pace from a different company. And she's so much happier with it. So, channel drop, name drop, kicking cancer's butt and diamond painting. That's Ella. She's pretty awesome. Abstract Crafter. She does more than just diamond painting, but she does diamond painting with it. Diamond painting with Donnie. D-O-N-I. Gone Off My Meds. She's pretty funny. She always does a little skit before her videos. We also have Winnie. There's a couple more in there. It's not on the top of my head. So if you go into YouTube and you type in diamond painting or diamond paint with me or diamond painting review or what is diamond painting or diamond painting for beginners, anything diamond painting, you will find some pretty awesome channels. I recommend you check out Kicking Cancer's Butt in Diamond Painting. Ella is hilarious. She swears a lot, and it's not always right for young children. She doesn't claim to be a child-friendly channel, but she's gone through a lot in her life. She's not cussing at you to be vulgar or mean or anything like that. So, take it with a grain of salt. She just cusses casually while she talks. It's just part of her vocabulary. Everybody in the world knows somebody like that. I do it quite often when I'm not streaming. I do have the mouth of a sailor sometimes. Besides that little warning on her, she's awesome. She's gone through a lot. She does a lot of custom diamond paintings. She'll go through and she'll talk to you about it and the logistics of it. She did one for her daughter's wedding picture. And she said when she was first starting it, because she's looking at it through clip-on magnifiers that go on her glasses, and she says, "My daughter looked like a cartoon character. I spent 9 months making that baby. I did not make her look like a clown." It's really funny. And she talks to you about, bigger is better. That is the sign and the saying with diamond painting. Bigger is better, especially if you're doing custom with faces. Get it bigger, it's always better. Even though it takes a heck of a lot longer. Now, I said I was going to stop streaming like 15 minutes ago, and then I went on a tangent about diamond painting. So I'm actually going to stop streaming now. Have a good night, guys. If you actually watched the stream, thanks for watching. If you did it, okay. If you liked it, thumbs up. If you didn't like it, thumbs down. Subscribe. I am going to start posting more eventually. Note that I say eventually, it really depends on my health and my mental health and what's going on in the house. Like I said, Tombstone is working 260 hours a month. Centris is working a lot on his projects on Second Life. I've been playing a lot of World of Warcraft. There'll probably be some World of Warcraft streams coming up if I can find my headset. Yeah. Anyway, good night, guys.